I can't ignore what's going on in the news. I try to keep things positive, and believe it or not, I'm going to try to even keep this subject positive as well. It's like, how in the world? Because we can't ignore the elephant in the room, and that is P. Diddy's situation and the Cassie thing. Oh my goodness. Diddy or Diddy not?
Warning: SirRodCast can lead to an array of side effects. Symptoms like nausea, vomiting, explosive diarrhea, sudden distaste for previously loved foods, and an inexplicable headache might emerge, persistently nagging like a bad song stuck in your head. Prolonged SirRodCast exposure, you might find yourself breaking out with rashes, skin blisters or peels, or developing a sudden wheeze, all of which signal a red alert. In such cases, halt all consumption of SirRodCasts and seek immediate medical attention. SirRodCast is not for the faint of heart. Proceed with caution and always keep your healthcare provider on speed dial for any unexpected misadventures.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce you to one of the nation's most exciting entertainers. He is the former creative director for So Def Recordings. He has one of the best-selling artist development books, The 10 Commandments of the Stage. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia, put your hands together for the Star Maker, Mr. One-Man Show, Ollie Patterson's baby boy. Give it up for Sir Rod Patterson.
Yes. We are back. Welcome to another episode of the SirRodCast. If this is your first time at the SirRodCast, this is a podcast about everything and nothing at the same dang time. We got a good show for you as usual. We got a lot of stuff to get into. We're gonna start off with the segment, what I call the top post of the day. The top post of the day. I'm just getting in from a crazy weekend. We had an unexpected death in the family last week. Not to turn things sour, but me and the first lady, we had to drive down. We hurried up and rushed and booked something and went down to Florida to say a final farewell to a family member, Miss Josephine Norfolk. And listen, Joe, in her later years, she ended up being a Sir Rod fan. On my Facebook, I see all these posts from Miss Joe, and I thought it might have been her daughter hitting it, because Miss Joe was 86 years old. I didn't know she could even navigate on Facebook, but she said, "No, baby, that was me. I see everything you be doing. You just be hopping around the stage." And she had me laughing. But she became a true fan in the last little bit of her life. And I had the opportunity to talk with her one last time before she passed on. And we ended up talking on the phone, and I made her laugh. Even in the last stage, I called her supermodel, and she laughed. So I'm bringing this up because my top post this week is something I posted about a year ago about the eraser. And I call it the eraser. And I go on to explain in my post about how I don't like the eraser. And the eraser is basically a metaphor for losing loved ones and people in your life, people you grew up with, family members, friends, celebrities, entertainment, people that was a part of your world. The older you get, slowly but surely, that eraser starts erasing names off the board. of life. And I go on to explain, like, when I was in my 40s and my early 50s, early 40s, in the 40s, it was like once in a blue moon, maybe once a year you lose someone or entertainer or something like that. Somebody you grew up with, friend or something like that. But when I got in my 50s, it started happening seemed like every month. It's happening more frequently now. As a matter of fact, this year alone, I've attended 3 funerals already this year. And I'm in my late 50s. I'll be 59 my next birthday. And I would imagine the older you get, it doesn't get any better. I'm telling you this not to bring you down, because this is the good news, happy. We just put on happy news around here. So not to depress you, but what I want you to do, and what that message, and I'm going to put that post on our SirRodCast Instagram. You can see the whole thing I did. That post and why it's floating to the top now. Your loved ones, don't take them for granted. People you know, if you haven't told them that you love them, I know it's cliche. If you haven't told them that you love them, what are you waiting for? Tomorrow is not promised. And whatever grievances and little problems that you may have, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And so that's what I want to sum up this segment right here is, if you got someone in your life, if you haven't spoke with them in a while, don't take it for granted. Tomorrow is not promised. Reach out and let them know that you love them, and go see them. Give them a hug, because as I said, tomorrow is not promised. Yeah. I don't like the eraser. Don't like it at all. This brings us to the next segment of the program, and that is, this brings us to the good news of the week. Good news of the week, I got from the evening news, actually, and it's going to be short, simple, and sweet. In the evening news, I heard, a little birdie told me that Target is going to be lowering its prices. Now, that's real good news. They're going to be lowering prices throughout the store to try to compete. They're trying to go after Walmart. And why that's good news is competition means lower prices in the groceries and products for everybody. So I'm hoping that Target do its thing. I want a price lowering war. Don't you think? Let's give Target a round of applause. Yeah, let's give Target a round of applause. Yeah, lower prices. I'll clap for that any day. Who could be mad at that? So that's the good news for that. I told you it was going to be short, simple, and sweet. I could have found some more stuff, but I really want to get into the next segment. I'm kind of combining this two, because the next news is going to be blues news. That's right, I got some blues news I got to bring into the mix. So I'm just kind of meshing those two together. Just bam, bam, right next to each other. In the blues news, what we have is that SirRod and the Blues Doctors, my blues trio band with brother Adam Gusso and Alan Gross, SirRodBluesDoctors.com. Check us out if you don't know. For all y'all out there don't have a clue who we are, check us out. Pretty good. We're going to be playing June 7th at the Sunset Series in the Grove, and that is in Oxford, Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. Oxford, Mississippi. The Sunset Series in the Grove, 6 p.m. to 7:30, somewhere around there. This is bands and setup, so it'll be 6 o'clock-ish to 7:30-ish. That's band talk, but y'all get it. Just be there early. You don't want to miss it. And we don't just sit there and play music. We give a show. Very entertaining show. So make sure you check it out. Also, SirRod and the Blues Doctors will be kicking off our summer tour in July. I'll give you the exact dates. We're going up to Philly, Wilmington, Pennsylvania, probably New York, South Carolina. I don't know. They sending me all these dates, and so once I get a little closer to the mark, I will definitely be reporting on one of my podcasts, the exact schedule, and also post it on the SirRod Instagram. The SirRodCast Instagram. You can check everything there, or SirRodandtheBluesDoctors.com will have our full tour schedule, but it's going to be crazy. If you never caught a SirRod and the Blues Doctor show, oh, you have no idea. We're no ordinary band. We bring in dance and splits, and sparkles and humor, all kind of stuff. It's more than just us sitting up and just play. But the music is on point. On point. We have the best harmonica player in the world, Adam Gusso. He played on the streets of New York with my uncle, Sterling McGee, a.k.a. Mr. Satan, for about 20 years in New York. And they end up getting a song placed with the band U2, with Bono and Edge. They fell in love with one of my uncle's songs called Freedom for My People. So, big legacy, big things we're doing, and I just feel honored that I'm able to carry on the torch that my uncle left. I'm up here running my mouth. I forgot to give you what the name of the tour. Blues to Save Your Life Tour. Blues that will save your life. I'm thinking, I'm on the fence on what I really want to name it, but I think I'm going to call it Blues That Saves Your Life Tour. Yeah, because we save lives literally with our music. So yeah, we're going to be coming to a city near you. So as I say, don't meet me there, beat me there. Because our shows fill up and sell out. Get your ticket early. I'll be giving you the schedule and itinerary on a up-and-coming SirRodCast program. And ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to yet another segment, and that segment is Numbers Talk. Yeah, Numbers Talk. Numbers Talk is going to be simple. I'm not going to get too deep in it today's. On our trip down to Florida, I was hit with a barrage of 333s and 444s. Still getting the fours. If you missed last episode, fours means that whatever dreams or whatever thing you've been waiting for is about to happen, basically, as far as angel numbers go. Threes has just been a way of life with me. Usually if I see threes and I'm en route, like I was heading, we were driving down to go to the funeral, I knew that I was in place or where I'm supposed to be if I see a series of threes along my pathway. And usually when I see threes, I know I'm going in the right direction. At least that's how I use the threes. So what numbers are you seeing? And I try not to, I post some pictures of, car tags that I see and building numbers or whatever, but I try not to look like a weirdo taking pictures of people, car tags. Yeah, I would look a little suspect, but I try to capture as much as I can and post it for the other seers. So what numbers are you seeing? That's why I wear my threes. So that's all I got for Numbers Talk this week. I'll probably dive a little deeper into, we'll see. We'll check the emails of the seers. See, I have a YouTube channel that I get a barrage of emails from the number seers. So I'm just going to ruffle through those and start reading out those posts, and we'll discuss whatever I see repeatedly, whatever numbers are coming across the YouTube post, and we'll see. And that's all we have for Numbers Talk today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just knocking them out. Okay, this one brings us to...
Sir Rod, what you're doing? Hey, Sir Rod, what you doing?
SirRod, what you doing? What you doing? What SirRod will be doing Saturday, May 25th, this coming Saturday, your boy will be performing at Al Burris Correctional Training Center. Basically, I'm with a ministry called Behind the Walls, and they go into correctional facilities and entertain and also deliver a ministry word. They preach to the inmates. And they will feed the inmates. They'll bring everybody into the gym of the facility, and everybody's lined up, and they give them free they bring in pizza or Chick-fil-A. After they feed them, I come in and I will entertain them. And I'll do the Motown review. Because as I said last podcast, it is hard to find an entertainer that can entertain across a diverse crowd of people, because this prison population is diversified. And then after I entertain them, usually the prisoners' guards are down, they relax, they got their belly full, they had a good laugh and entertained. And then they'll have a platform speaker, which Big James Henderson is going to be speaking at this platform, at this particular one. And if you don't know about him, he's like the world champion weightlifter. And he has an amazing story, and he's been doing this for years. He's huge, like 6'10". He's a big guy. Yeah, maybe not that tall, but he's a big guy. Made me like a little shrimp. But he'll talk to the guys, and it's just a wonderful program. So I'll be doing that this Saturday on the 25th. And then in September, I'll be at West Central Women's Correctional Center. Again, I'd just be like my third or fourth time going there. And that's a women's facility. And basically do the same thing. Same formula. Bring them out, entertain them, feed them, and they have a good time. And I really love doing this kind of work. So I feel blessed and honored that I have a gift or a talent that I could entertain a diverse crowd like that. And hopefully my light and the people I'm affiliated with, light will be the thing that some of these inmates need to change their life and put them on another path. That's what I'll be doing. That's what SirRod will be doing. And this brings us to the final segment of the program. Oh, no.
The views expressed by SirRod and his thoughts are not necessarily the views of this organization, channel, the state, county, or anyone else in the world. Furthermore, the advice given is not to be used as legal, spiritual, or for exorcisms. Please consult a lawyer or rabbi for legal or spiritual advice, and for exorcisms seek a Catholic priest.
This brings us to the final segment of the program, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I hate to, gee whiz. Listen, I'll be back. Don't cry, babe. Be back. Don't cry. Be back next week. My final thought is I can't ignore what's going on in the news. I try to keep things positive, and believe it or not, I'm going to try to even keep this subject positive as well. It's like, how in the world? Because we can't ignore the elephant in the room, and that is P. Diddy's situation and the Cassie thing. Oh my goodness. Diddy or Diddy not? Diddy or Diddy not? You get it? Diddy. Anyway, that situation is a sad situation. And I guess you're going to be wondering, well, Rod, how in the world are you going to be able to bring something positive out of that mess? as I've been watching, like I'm pretty sure some of you or many of you have been in the news of all the pieces of the puzzle of what's going on with Diddy, I want people to realize that this man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm looking at this, and he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And I was telling a friend of mine, we were in Florida and we were out having dinner together. And I told him, I said, brother, he should do, my assessment is time to cash in his chips and leave. Yeah, cash in his chips and go to another country and lay low and until the smoke clears. But he can't do that. And you ever wonder why someone who's worth $300-400 million cares so much about public perception? And there's where my mind kick in at. That we as the public sometimes don't understand or realize how much power the public actually has. You know, I don't know what kind of energy that is, but to not be liked or to be frowned upon by millions of people, it must be an awful thing. It has to be an awful thing, because for him to get on his phone and try to give apology for, and when he could have just cashed in his chips and just left, and he still won't leave. And that is a testament to how much power that we as a collective, the power of collective thought is. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we could use that same power towards the things we don't like the gas prices or the economy or whatever, not to get political or whatever. Unity brings power. Division, you know what that brings. Together we stand, divided we fall. And so that's just a testament of how much power that a collective body of people can have on an individual or a situation. So I want you guys to always keep that in mind. We don't have to accept anything if we ever come together. We can change anything. Now, I may be just a dreamer, peace and love. That is my moniker. But would it be an awful thing if we could come together for something positive and not just tickling our ears with negativity and the drama and the craziness of Hollywood and the music industry? Am I crazy? I don't know. But then again, you heard the lawyer at the beginning of the segment. These are just my thoughts. I might be right. I might be wrong. It's just my thoughts. You let me know if you agree or not. Now, I'm getting ready to close it on out. I want to give you a reminder. Please like and share, follow, subscribe, do all the things necessary to make this podcast grow. As we grow, I will start bringing in guests to interview and talk with. But I can't invite someone to a party where it's just 3 people, just me and you. So let's grow it. And if you like what I'm doing, let me know. And if you don't like what I'm doing, let me know and give me some suggestions. Hit me up, SirRodCast @gmail.com. Also, we are SirRodCast on Instagram, and SirRod and the Blues Doctors and SirRodPatterson.com. All right, listen. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your attention. But most of all, I really want to thank you for listening. You didn't have to, but you did. You gave me just a little bit of your time, and I don't take it for granted. Now, what I always say at the end of my programs, now it's time for you to go out and find something else better to do. And once you do, let me know what you did. All right, I'll see you next week, next Friday. Oh, Lord, I'm running late. I gotta go. Peace.